Alright everyone, welcome to another Kaskade region reaction video. If you don't know, on this channel we are doing a series where we react to Loxodon and Noggin's entire Kaskade fan region. And I gotta say, it has been a very enjoyable journey. If you're not caught up, there is a playlist in the description. Definitely take the time to get yourself caught up. It's definitely worth it. But today, we're reacting to a new Pokemon weather for every type. And I gotta say, we have seen the cast form video before, but a lot of people tell me that this goes way more into detail on the specific weathers and that it's a video that is necessary to watch. So I'm very excited to see just how crazy this video gets. But anyways, I want to tell y'all real quick, we are 2 episodes, right, until we're caught up to the Kaskade series after this video. And I don't want to do too long of an intro, but I want to tell you guys right now that I am going to react to the 1 hour long Kaskade video. But I need y'all to show some support on this video if you want to see it come out before Brilliant Diamond Shine and Pearl comes out. So here's the deal: 100 likes, that was easy. 150, y'all hit that no problem. 200 was a little difficult. But in today's video, if you want to see the 1 hour long Kaskade reaction video come out before BDSP, you guys need to hit 250 likes on this video. I know that's a crazy like goal, but I think we can do it. So 250 likes and that's what's gonna happen. Anyways, support the boy and let's begin this video. I said I'd do shorter intros, but bro, I had to make sure we were crystal clear on what's going on, you know what I'm saying? But let's watch this.
Weather has been a part of Pokemon since the old days of Generation 2, and it's seen some changes over the generations, but nothing major. Now let me ask you real quick, don't look this up.
Okay.
How many kinds of battle-affecting weather are there in Pokemon?
4, right? I think it's 4. Hail, sand, sun, water. Wait, it might be 5.
Well, if you're anything like me, you'd probably say 4 or 5 or so, and that's not a bad answer. Not
Wait,
bad
what?
at all. I mean, it's wrong.
Huh?
But it's not bad. When most think
Are you
of
gonna
weather in Pokemon
count, like,
battles,
terrains?
4 come to mind.
What's going on?
Harsh sunlight,
Oh,
rain,
that's
hail, and a
true.
sandstorm. And this
Okay.
is true for the most part.
I guess harsh
Generation
sunlight's not
5,
different.
These are the 4 weather effects that got their own little icons. But previous games actually had some other weather effects. Generation 4 had fog that reduced accuracy of most moves by 3/5. Sounds horrible, right?
It is.
That's why they removed it. Now it's a purely aesthetic thing. And then later they just made it trigger misty terrain, which isn't weather, it's a terrain.
Okay.
They're different. Gale of Darkness has its own unique weather effect called Shadowy Aura, where bursts of light rain down from a shadowy aura in the sky, which damages Pokemon and buffs shadow moves. And another—
Isn't that high-key kind of like a terrain though? Like, I feel like when you say weather, you mean weather. I don't really think aura classifies as a weather. But hey, man, you know, I'm not the dude with Gnoggin in his name, so I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon has the Rainbow Light weather condition, which just heals and protects Ho-Oh. Strong winds is also its own type of weather, and it's caused by the presence of Mega Rayquaza. And similarly, there are variations of harsh sunlight and rain caused by Primal Groudon and Kyogre. Extremely harsh sunlight and heavy rain. Some
harsh sunlight will make it extreme.
Also note the difference between a blizzard and snow, though in battle they just trigger the hail effect. And these days we got one more, a thunderstorm, which triggers both rain and electric terrain. But it's called a thunderstorm. It's noted as its own thing.
Wait, really? I didn't know about that.
It's a big if, admittedly. If you count all those, what's that? 10, 11, 12? I guess it depends how you want to count snow, hail, blizzard. Is that 1? Is that 2? Is it 3?
Honestly, I'll be real, Loxton. I'm just gonna consider the OG4. Realistically, that's my personal opinion, right? A lot of these, they don't really affect the battle. I guess you could count Groudon and Kyogre. I didn't really think about those, and Rayquaza for sure. So I'd say probably 7. You can maybe stretch 8. I think you get it like the shadowy aura and the rainbow thing. I think that's a little too specific. I feel like at that point, may as well consider it a terrain as, yeah, I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all thoughts are on this kind of situation. I think I could probably go for like 7 or 8-ish, right?
There's actually another variant too, Diamond Dust, but it has no battle effect. Oh well, semantics. Either way, there's too few, and not every type benefits from weather, and
That's
I want
true.
to change that. If you haven't heard, we've been working on—
I'm so sorry for pausing again, dude. I know, Astrons, can't stop pausing. Okay, I'm sorry, but I feel like it's kind of stretching out weather and terrain, like they're kind of merging a little bit, right? So I wonder how he'll manage to do this without it just seeming like a terrain. I think he kind of did it for the cast form video, but we'll have to see.
On a Fakemon project, the Kaskade region, and the weather plays a massive role in the region. It surrounds the legendaries, and why this region's economy is so good, and why there's a cast form of every type. That was a video we did.
That was.
We couldn't have that unless there was a weather of every type now, huh? But despite its importance, I haven't gone through and explained all these different and new weathers in detail, have I? Well, that's because it's this video. Now, notably, a sizable group of artists, musicians, designers, and programmers have all been working behind the scenes on a Kaskade region fan game. I'm
I've heard of
hands
this.
off on it, other than coming up with the ideas, I guess. But in this case, it was that team of people that were significantly more well-versed in Pokemon meta and balancing than—
Dude, I will say those logos are nice, dude. It's so hard nowadays to really find people that like are really good at graphic art for Pokemon, because Pokemon a little bit like the community's kind of died out a bit in that front. But whoever made this, dude, I don't know who you are. If you guys know who made this, if they have like commissions open to do this kind of stuff, I might high-key need to message them, because that Blazing Bloom logo, dude, yo, frigid fall got me frigid falling for these, bro. What's going on?
I went ahead and left the specifics for them to decide, and after much debilitation, these are what we've concluded. For the Kaskade region, let's overhaul Pokemon's weather system and make certain weathers stackable, and make a weather effect for every type.
This is gonna be interesting, dude. Okay.
Real fast announcements: Tofrog plushies are finally here and available to order.
You're gonna make me sad.
There already aren't many left, so go to Gnoggin.net before they sell out.
Someone said, yo, the Tofrog is growing on you, ain't it? It did, bro. It grew on me, and I want one so bad. Listen, as soon as one of these things get back in stock, if y'all don't at me on Twitter and tell me to buy one ASAP, I will never forgive you. Bro, I want one of these. It's high-key. I knew it was growing on me, but now I want one, dude. It makes me so upset that I can't get one anymore.
Get some. You'll love it. Also, while we wait for the last Kaskade video and our next Fakemon project, currently labeled Project 96,
there's another one.
I highly recommend checking out the just about finished Pokemon Cardinal video series over on Hoop and Hip Hop's channel.
Don't remind me.
Voice a professor over there. And also True Green Sip.
Guys, I swear, I will react to the other ones. I have a horribly large list. I mean, Poketubers are really going off on this fan game trend. Again, True Green, Birdkeeper Toby, Hoops and Hip Hop, Lumio's trainer Zach finally got into it, Infamous Trainer, dude, there's so many people that people have sent me. I know, I literally have in the double digits amount of videos series to react to. But the real question is when is mine coming out? Who knows, bro? I don't know.
Seven and Birdkeeper Toby recently started posting videos about the regions they've been working on behind the scenes for quite some time. There's True Green's Asone region project and Toby's Pokemon Tempest. From what they've shown
hey, don't spoil me!
And what they've shown already, these are great pieces of work. So if you've liked this Kaskade region project, you will likely like their
I'm closing my eyes.
They are linked down below. Check them out. Alright, so how does this stacking weather condition work? Well, it's simple, really. We allow up to 3 kinds of weather to be applied at once. However, since some kinds of weather are incompatible, we'll make 3 categories of weather-like effects, and only one of each category can be applied at a time. Simple, right? In fact, this means most of the already existing main weathers fit into our first category, climate. But before we get right into that, I want to keep these explanations organized, so I will have to start with the flying type weather effect, strong winds. And yes, that's the same name as the Mega Rayquaza thing, but Megas don't exist anymore, remember? So we're taking the name. Strong Winds is less of a weather effect in and of itself, and rather, it clears all weather effects currently in play.
I like
and
that.
Buffs the next one put onto the battlefield.
Ooh.
Makes sense, as wind does blow things away, but also it can whip things around even harder. Heat, hail, irritants, they all suck to be in, much more when there's a gale force wind going around. And so, as we go over each weather effect, we can now also go over its strong winds buff before moving on. Now let's get into the climate moves. The fire type weather is still harsh sunlight, set up by the move Sunny Day or the ability Drought, and we are tweaking it slightly. The heat brought forth by the user pushes all clouds away and allows the sun to beat down onto the battlefield, evaporating moisture and making things all around more flammable. Hence, its positive effects for fire-type moves. And
dude, okay, so I heard apparently that these games will come out in 3 years, and I know, like, that's just a general like idea. A lot of the times they usually take longer, being honest. It's rare that they're ever earlier to come out, but I will say wholeheartedly, if we could get this game to get a competitive scene, this will be very, very cool to experiment with. This would be so cool. Whoa, these are so interesting.
Negative for water types. Though grass types like it too, because photosynthesis, it lets them utilize their energy better and makes them more aware, so their special defense goes up by 1 stage.
Ooh.
And when buffed by strong winds, the power of moves is changed by a total of 75%, rather than 50. The water type weather is still rain, caused by rain dance or drizzle. Rain clouds come and block the sun and allow moisture to flourish, weakening fire type moves and buffing water types. And plants, ooh, they drink it right up.
Yeah, so grass Pokemon benefit heavy to these.
And similarly to harsh sunlight, when buffed with strong winds, the power of moves change by a total of 75% rather than 50. Ice still has hail, which can be triggered with the move of the same name or the snow warning ability. Hail causes Pokemon that aren't ice type to take 1/16 of their HP and damage every turn. Makes sense. Hail just hurts, but if you live somewhere where it hails a lot, you've adapted to it, so it doesn't hurt as much. Now, I always think that steel types are immune to this effect too, but they never have been. I mean, there is an argument against it. Hail still wrecks cars and aluminum roofs, but that's way thin metal. As soon as you get to like steel beams and monsters made out of metal, it's another story.
Yeah.
So if we're doing an overhaul, I say let's do it. Ice and steel types are immune to the effect.
Ooh.
And when strong winds are applied, the damage doubles. 1/8 of everyone's HP. Unless they are ice type, of course.
That is crazy. 1/8? Oh, dude, that is so good.
Also,
Holy
it's so
crap.
strong now that steel types aren't immune, if you prefer that balancing. Now then, our first new weather. If the sun can have an effect on the climate in a Pokemon battle, why can't the moon?
You high-key could make an argument that hail wouldn't affect like rock either, right? Because rocks are hard. Yeah, they are hard. I don't know. That might be a little too specific, but I don't know.
The dark type weather effect
This
is
is
a
so
blood
cool.
moon caused by a move of the same name and the ability Eventide. The magical aura of the moon rains down upon the battlefield. And
Yeah,
thus,
this aesthetic is going hard, dude. The whole black and red. Okay, I'm looking mad
buffs the power
spooky.
of all super effective moves by 20%. And dark type status moves gain a level of priority. Dark types are mean and fight dirty. Brutally taking advantage of weaknesses is a befitting tactic, and the negative energies of the moon are surrounded in so much myth that just points to dark type buffs, you know? And then you apply some strong wind, and now each Pokemon sort of gets infused with dark type energy, and all status moves gain +1 priority. So essentially, at this point, everybody has the Prankster ability, and since dark types are already used to this kind of thing, they now know exactly how the other Pokemon are going to go about using this newfound power. So, when in effect, Dark-type Pokemon become immune to status moves. Now, here's a bit
That's cool. I like that. So you can really use that to your advantage. Ooh, dude, this would be such a funky meta. You'd basically have to relearn Pokemon as a whole. I mean, you could run up against someone using a dark weather and like strong winds, and they have like this kind of stallish team, right? Like bulky dark types, and they go into their ice weather and then they chip you down. That dude, there's some crazy thoughts that could go behind some team building. Oh, this is kind of exciting.
Whoa. Admittedly, normal type weather? Isn't that just neutral?
Yeah.
Well, kinda, I guess. And as such, this next weather effect doesn't necessarily buff normal types per se, but we're going with fog. Yeah, we're bringing it back.
Okay.
But rather than an accuracy reduction of 3/5, let's go with a 20% drop. The only moves unaffected are those with perfect accuracy, like Swift, as well as Psychic and Ghost type moves, as those don't exactly require eyes, more so just sensing your surroundings with a sixth sense. Where this move begins to benefit normal types is in its buffed state. A 50% damage buff to sound-based moves, as well as making them perfectly accurate. The vast majority of sound moves are normal type, and Fog's effect on sound is a bit complex. In very specific situations, it does dampen it, but more generally, it distorts it and allows it to travel significantly further, especially if the sound is lower pitched. Fog is basically just a bunch of water particles in the air, and we all know sound travels further in water. It's the same principle, but in the atmosphere. And if you want to further make Fog benefit normal-type Pokemon, we could say that normal-type Mon or moves do not get the accuracy debuff. Perhaps because they don't need to focus on doing anything special to attack. They just do a normal thing. You're just as capable of doing a normal thing when you're in the fog. But that
bit of a specific reasoning. I think we could just go with like it's a normal type. You know what I'm saying? I think that's fine, personally. I think there's nothing wrong with that.
That's an idea we definitely want to get public opinion on. So be sure to comment your thoughts on all of these weather effects down below. We're definitely going to be...
Normal types would be hella annoying, though. Oh my gosh, imagine fighting a Chansey or like a Blissey on this field. That would be so obnoxious. You just can't hit it, bro. It keeps poisoning your own team. Oh my gosh.
A lot. Anyway, so those are the climate-type weathers. Only one of those can exist at a time, but they can be stacked on top of weather in our next category. Irritants.
Okay.
Things that fill the air and don't come from the effects of the sky. Think a sandstorm. Since that weather already exists, we'll do that one first. Sandstorm is our rock-type weather effect, which can be caused by the move of the same name or the ability Sandstream. When active, all Pokemon who are not rock, steel, or ground type lose 1/16 of their HP per turn, and rock types get a special defense buff. That's a thing that we added. Sandstorms are rough. Like literally. They hurt to be in, but at the same time, they polish minerals well. This logic follows when buffed by strong winds, as now the special defense of steel and ground types follow suit. And the rock types, now they also get a physical defense buff.
Ooh.
The ground type is Dust Storm. Think little dust devils all over the place, whipping dirt everywhere, and it's uncomfortable and everybody hates it. The ground is getting whipped up into the air, and ground-type Pokemon, well, they can really utilize this, so they get a speed buff. Meanwhile, the power of electric-type attacks is cut in half.
Sick.
All this ground in the air makes it hard to get bolts of electricity out and anywhere. And when the storm gets buffed by strong winds, ground-type attacks can now hit flying-type Pokemon as well as those with the levitate ability, as the wind now moves the ground up to them. Clearly. Fun fact, did you know that Oregon is the grass pollen capital of the world? There are some days the sky turns a hazy yellow along with all surfaces because of just how much pollen there is everywhere. So surely the grass-type weather effect is
that would kill me.
It's a pollen storm caused by the move Pollinate or the ability Hay Fever. All this pollen in the air decreases the special attack of all non-grass or bug-type Pokemon. Pollen makes you sneezy and stuffed, making it hard to concentrate, which is very much needed for most special attacks. And all that pollen in the air when buffed with strong winds? It summons grassy terrain too. And similar to pollen, swarms of bugs make for a terrible time. And often when big enough, they can appear on weather radars. Oh, what's the weather like tomorrow? Oh, according to the satellites, a horde of locusts. But we don't want to fill
that is horrible. I would never want to live there. What the hell?
Air with literal bugs. That starts to beg all kinds of questions. So the next best thing would be filling the air with icky bug pheromones with the move Swarm Signal or the ability Secretion. It's terrible. Clouds of pheromones.
yo, that's a sus name, bro. That's a sus name for an ability, bro. It's called it secretion. Ugh, that gave me goosebumps, bro. Imagine your Pokemon coming out and it just starts secreting, bro. What the hell? I'm sorry, that's just so weird to me.
Where swarms have been, or on the breeding grounds when it's breeding season, pheromones are how bugs communicate with each other, and in this case, it's motivating the bugs to do better. But meanwhile, it's incredibly smelly and distracting to everyone else, except for poison types. They are probably used to terrible smells and such. So, relative to everyone else, bug and poison type Pokemon get a speed and accuracy boost.
Okay.
And whipping up all those pheromones with a strong wind causes them to swirl and inflict confusion on all non-bug and poison types.
What?
And speaking of
It can be so annoying.
Poison. What else could it be but smog? Spread by the move Smog Spread or the ability Pollution. This is simple.
Oh, that's such a cool name.
Poisons all Pokemon that can be poisoned. And be careful, because if you buff it with strong winds, it poisons all Pokemon. Period. No matter their type, no matter their magic guard, no matter their immunities, the poisonous smog in the air has become acidic, and it's blowing all around.
Yeah, the Pokemon trainer, they just die. Yeah, they just die. So, you know.
Ouch. Can we get some pleasant irritants in here, please?
Fairy?
Fairy dust.
Yeah.
It's the fairy type weather-like effect. The incantation ability or the move Sprinkle can cause it. Magical dust fills the air. It's very calming and soothing and relaxing, allowing your body to heal, and in doing so, it can be distracting from the battle. Battle requires aggression. Aggression is hard when you're artificially being calmed, so it dramatically lowers the evasiveness of all non-fairies on the battlefield, and it heals everyone just a bit each turn, unless, of course, they are ghost or dragon type. They can go screw themselves. I'm a fairy. Oh, and because I'm a fairy, and also my buddy here is grass type, we heal even more. And now we'll just whip this up with some strong winds. Woohoo!
The editor be doing too much, dude. Every single time I watch one of these Loxin videos, you can tell when his editor is making the video, dude. I hope they get a raise, dude. This kind of stuff, bro. This is funny, dude. It's so good.
It summons misty terrain. That was weird. Now, none of those in that category can be stacked. Initializing one will remove or replace whatever irritant is already in the air, but it can stack with climate and energy type weather-like effects. Energy being our third and final category. But what is energy here? Well, have you ever been somewhere where the air is just tense? Clearly nothing is actually in the air, but the metaphorical atmosphere of the room is tense because of the people in it being tense themselves. If we start to think of this in an oral sense, or a chi spiritual sense,
this is giving me an
there's
aneurysm.
A whole new layer of weather-like effects that we can apply. The energy of the area. With the move, aura projection, or the ability standoff, one can create a battle aura, the fighting type weather effect.
Okay.
This increases the critical hit ratio of all Pokemon by 1 stage, and renders fighting type Pokemon immune to status debuffs, as they know how to better utilize this energy in the air to keep them pumped, and to power through such things. The air is essentially filled with chi energy, and that gets everyone pumped and ready for battle. And if there's enough of it available, say, when the aura is buffed by strong winds, they then all have enough spiritual energy to use normal and fighting type attacks on ghost type Pokemon. Essentially a blanket, scrappy ability. Then, if not filled with Chi aura, perhaps the energy of the battlefield has been taken over by
ghosts?
Cursed winds.
The ghost type effect brought about by the move Haunt or the ability Seance. A tear between the spirit world and our own has...
I like to imagine that, like, Loxton's in, like, his recording booth right now, and he's just, like, doing, like, hand signs, like, wiggling his fingers in the air, like, spooky. I mean, you guys can't see me, but I'm actually doing it as well, so...
The spirits of the air absorb life energy over time and make those nearby feel paranoid. Pokemon who are not Ghost, Dark, or Normal type lose 1/16 of their HP per turn.
Dude, you could make some annoying strategies in some of these effects, dude. Oh my gosh.
It is strong, the tears grow, giving those same Pokemon a 10% chance to flinch due to that damage at the beginning.
Oh, hell nah, dude. Ghost is annoying. No! Wait, that's so bad. Yeah, I like that. That is good.
Reach out and tap their shoulders or shout boo!
Jump scare. What the hell, man?
Or perhaps the battlefield just gets weird. There are a number of battlefield-wide effects for the Psychic type, and let's go ahead and add another and classify it as weather-like.
Okay.
A psychic field created by cosmic rays or transcendence will essentially magnify the innate psycho-spiritual power the stars give off onto the battlefield, making psychic-type moves 50% more powerful and dark-type moves 50% weaker. And strong winds? It helps carry that energy across the battlefield, which will create psychic terrain on top of that. Then, for a more arcane energy, we have the ability Arcanum, or the move Dragon Force, as the dragon-type weather-like effect is just...
I get it, like, you know, I'm not even gonna continue this joke.
Dragon Force emanates from a dragon and through the air. Dragon magic is many things. We've got a whole video sort of explaining the dragon type that you can see here. It's almost raw infinity energy, a chaotic substance with many kinds of effects. So we feel like if you took this dragon energy and you spread it across the air of the battlefield, you would reduce the damage of all super effective moves by 20%, regardless of the effectiveness multiplier. And
yo, imagine stacking that with multi-scale, dude. Dragonite, hello.
With strong winds? Oh, be careful. That's going to boost the power of all moves by 30%.
What?
And dragon moves by 50%. But at the same time, will cause all Pokemon to lose 10% of their max HP after attacking.
Wait, that's so good. Yo, that'll make like a tank's Dragonite go crazy.
Unless they are dragon type. This dragon energy causes all of those who are not used to it to overexert themselves in their attacks, essentially giving everyone the Life Orb item effect. And now for a more literal energy effect, we have the electric type weather, Thunderstorm, caused by the move Supercell, or the ability Stormfront. It makes electric type moves 100% accurate always. And it adds some gambling to the mix, causing each turn to roll a
100% accuracy? Yo! Yo, what is that one move with 30% accuracy that can always para? Oh, frick, dude. Oh, dude. No, you guys know what I'm thinking about, right? That'd be crazy.
Die with a 10% chance of striking one of the Pokemon on the battlefield. This, of course, will deal damage to most Pokemon, 10% of their max HP. But if it strikes a ground-type Pokemon, it will only reduce their speed instead. And striking an electric type, it will increase the damage of their next electric-type attack, same as the move Charge. Basically a free charge. And when you add strong winds to the mix, the stirring of the clouds causes the static in the air to strengthen, and electric terrain is formed. And lastly, Steel. The heck is Steel gonna do? I guess mess with the magnetosphere in the local area, right?
I guess,
With the move Magnetize or the ability Ferroflux, it makes Steel-type moves perfectly accurate. But also it makes Electric-type moves against those Steel types perfectly accurate too. And given just a little boost with some strong winds, all Steel-type Pokemon will be able to slightly levitate. Through the combined power of strong wind and crazy magnets, of course. But levitating renders them immune to ground-type attacks for as long as the buffed magnetosphere is around. And so, that's that. I don't really know how to end this video other than, I guess, asking, please, like especially, tell, not even me, tell us. I assume everyone that's working on this game is watching this. So tell them all your thoughts on these weathers, and if there should be any changes,
They're
and
so
the
cool.
reasoning for those changes. Not just a, that's a bad idea, don't do it, but like a, hey, I think this idea might be better because of these reasons. You know? Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. If you've missed any of our Kaskade videos, there's a playlist of them here. And actually, there's only one more. Yeah, we only have one more Kaskade video after this.
What?
And it's just like filling in all of the bonds that we made that I haven't shown off yet. And there probably won't be another one until the game's finished. By the way, that's not for a while. Like, it's a complete volunteer, whenever people have the spare time to work on it kind of thing. So, like, estimated like 2, maybe 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how long these things take.
Honestly.
Until next time, never stop using your Nuzlocke.
I'll just let him
Thanks
finish.
for watching. Love you.
Yeah, honestly, 2-3 years to complete a fan game like this with all these interesting gimmicks and such. That's not a long time. It's not, especially since it's volunteer work. A lot of them have like work and school, a lot of things that they put their time into that do take priority. This game probably won't come out. If you want me, as someone who has been in Pokemon communities and seen things like these kind of projects be executed, it probably would take 4-ish years probably, which it sounds like a long time because it is. But I will say, from what I've seen, it could even take less. It really depends. You can never really put a time limit on, or I guess like an estimated time on these kind of projects, right? Because you never know what's going to come up. But I'd say 2-3 years is definitely a valid area of time, especially from what I've seen. Honestly, it probably could be done in 2 years, like if everything goes perfectly well. But that definitely is one of the main leading factors in why I will be reacting to the plot video, because honestly, I will forget the plot in 2-3 years. Last year, I played Pokemon Rejuvenation and Pokemon Reborn like to the end for the first time, and I already forgot everything. But anyways, that was all the weather for every type, and I gotta say, Loxin, you're onto something. As someone that's gone through, again, so many fan games, people always stay in the general area of Pokemon. They never really break themselves out. The closest thing I can think of is, of course, Reborn and Rejuvenation that have taken this attempt before, but not to this level. They really haven't taken it to this level. Like, you can stack weathers, which is so cool to me. I can't wait. I really can't. 2-3 years, that might be a long time, but I'll still be making content. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching. I don't have any personal feedback for any of these weathers. I do think there might be a little bit more balance than necessary. Maybe certain things should give like a 0.5% boost instead of a 1%, or a 1x boost. You know, there's a couple things that definitely need some tweaking, in my opinion, as someone who's played competitive before. But I'd love to hear your opinions. Are there certain weathers you would change? What's your favorite weather? I don't even know how I'm gonna make a thumbnail for this, because this video isn't centered on any specific Pokemon. I'll figure it out though. I'll get it out the mud, trusting your boy. Anyways, I'm Astrons. Thank you for watching. Be safe, have a good day, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye now.